Channel 3 right now, KYW, we got hometown folks with us, and they're breaking it up. This is a great, great sounding group, and I hope, I can't begin to tell you all the good luck I wish them. Ladies and gentlemen, Pretty Poison.
Are you ready, boy?
Hey everybody, welcome to Philly Legends Podcast. I'm Joe Colari. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode of Philly Legends Podcast. Today, we have two legends for the price of one. You may recognize them already. Jade Starling, Whey Cooler, Pretty Poison. What's up, guys?
How you doing, Joe?
What's up?
Loving this podcast you got going on.
It's been going very well, and I've had some good legends on, but you and I and Jade, we go back probably more years than we want to remember.
Oh yeah,
because I'm only 40, so probably known you for 40 years.
Almost there. I'm right behind you. Perpetually 39. That's my shirt.
So right off the bat, who came up with the name?
Gosh, should I take responsibility for that? I guess
It was you? Well,
it was two different things, though. I mean, it was a movie.
Okay.
Back in the day, there was a movie called Pretty Poison.
Right. I remember the movie Pretty Poison.
But that's not where we got. But that's not where we got it from. We were going to call it of all things. We're like sitting there in school.
That's
coming
funny.
up with these ideas, and we're going to call it Dynasty.
Dynasty.
And then I was like, that's not going to work. I don't really like that name.
I hear a hum.
That was somebody's phone going off.
Oh, okay. Was that your phone, Jade? It's okay. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. There you're back. Okay.
You didn't hear me.
No worries.
You didn't hear me dropping F-bombs today. I'm like,
Are we allowed to drop F-bombs?
I'm a pretty good editor, but I probably would leave that in.
Okay, well,
so if I do one every sentence, I'm going to put you to work.
You can drop the F-bomb. You can do whatever you want. This is an adult show.
Oh.
No, good.
But we're not going to do the sex thing that we talked about before we came on.
Joe said this was his first threesome. I mean,
this is his first.
I said,
you guys are witnessing it.
What two other people make a better threesome? You're very lucky.
I knew we were going to get there.
You're a very lucky man, Joe Colari.
Absolutely.
So anyway, the official story for the name Pretty Poison is once upon a time there was a group named Ram Jam.
Yeah.
A song called Black Betty.
Black Betty.
The follow-up was called Pretty Poison. That one didn't get played anywhere near as much as Black Betty.
Right.
And, but it influenced us to name our band Pretty Poison.
Wow.
Just kind of looking for names. And that was out, a long, long time before we started the band. And I happened to be a record collector, so I just was going through my stuff.
Myself. The funny thing about, especially with Whey, we both were born in Camden. Now, did you go from Camden to Merchantville?
Yeah.
So did I. So
You did?
yeah, I went from Camden to Merchantville. And so we have the same background growing up. I think I'm a little bit older than you, though.
You might be.
I know I am.
Yeah, by 1 year, right? You're 40, I'm 39.
That's correct. How did the group start?
Jade, you could answer that one. How did it start, Miss Starling? There's the official story, and then there's the other one.
The other one sounds better.
I was looking to get into a band. I was a singer. I was looking for a band, and I just happened to see an ad for a band. I believe it was in a music store locally.
Really?
And
remember what store?
Could have been maybe like Sam Goody or
Okay.
one of the local record stores.
Okay. Did they have Sam Goody's way back then?
I think so.
I don't
Had
even remember.
peaches.
Stop,
So
stop
the real
dating
true
yourself.
story is the true story is
Well, you look great, Jade.
is that
Thank you, babe. You too.
Always look great.
Jade wanted to sing.
I wanted to
I kind
write.
of wanted
I
to
wanted to
sing.
write songs with.
We got into a cover band, and she was going to leave and go to California to try to do it, follow her heart and try to become a star. And I'm like, no, don't leave. So I put this group together because me and my brother always played. We grew up playing.
Right. Bobby.
I was a known guitar player in Camden. I played the Camden party scene back in the day.
Nice.
And Bobby is still one of the best drummers in the area. I mean, he plays for the Classic Stones Live, which is like one of the most well-known Stones tribute bands. But so we just started writing songs, and next thing you know, it's like we took over what was a band that I was forming.
Right.
And much to the chagrin of the bass player.
It was their band, and then when I came in, it became our band.
Our band.
Right.
And then we started writing so much that it was odd because the two of us write very well together. So it was like every day it was a new song.
It was very prolific and just new songs flowing all the time. And I feel like there was a little maybe resentment from the other band members because it just went from that to this.
Did it happen like really fast? Because
It did. It just happened very naturally and exponentially without a lot of.
I remember
my
nighttime.
mom and dad. I mean, they were real supportive. Like my mom especially was real supportive. So they would just let us rehearse.
Yeah, his jobs are amazing.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Like most people get together and go hang out and smoke cigarettes or do whatever. We would play. That was like our thing to do. So every night was a jam session. And every night at the end of those jam sessions, we had new songs.
Wow.
But typically we would write the stuff first and then bring it to the band and show them what we had in mind. And within a few months, we suddenly were able to go out and start doing Dobbs and some of the other clubs that were at,
over in Philly.
Clubs that were popping.
Now, most of us, the three of us, are all from South Jersey. Even though we say Philadelphia because that's the city that we made our bones in, but we're all from South Jersey. So you got to give props to South Jersey, Camden,
I'm a
Merchantville.
Jersey girl.
That's right.
Well, I like to call it East Philly.
East Philly? Yeah, well, it's funny. When I was a kid, we would go to Philly every Wednesday. It was a tradition. And we didn't have a car, so we'd take a bus. I didn't realize that Philadelphia wasn't part of Jersey until I was about 15.
Wow.
I never realized it.
Wow.
Did you used to walk? We used to walk every time Franklin.
We didn't walk. We took the bus. We would take a bus from East Camden to South Camden, and then from South Camden into Philly.
Oh, okay.
That's how you did it back then. That was a long time ago. But I started my record collection there.
Philly was definitely an extension of Jersey, though.
Oh, absolutely. It's we were a suburb of Philadelphia. That's what we used to say.
We were just separated by a bridge, but we were still
exactly.
Still.
So the first thing I remember is
we're
nighttime.
separated by water too.
And water.
What's that?
Was water, right?
Water.
We say
It's water. Well, down here it's
Philly.
water.
That's
Yes.
water is Philly.
Absolutely.
And you
Let's
couldn't
talk
drink
about
the water
nighttime.
over there. It tasted so fucking like so much like chlorine.
Let's talk about nighttime.
All the
'Cause
way
that's
up
the
to
one that really
nighttime?
that's the one that got you like
Going. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Put us on the map.
And I love that song.
Thank you.
I remember the first time in fact, that's how we met because Frank Cerami and I were at the Troc.
Mm-hmm.
And you just came over to promote Nighttime. And then, of course, you guys came back with Catch Me I'm Falling because...
Are you sure you weren't at the Ripley, bro?
It was the Troc.
Was it?
Well,
Yeah.
we played both, Ripley and
No,
Phil.
'cause I know you guys were at the Ripley. Then the Troc became a
Well,
thing.
I actually wasn't at the Ripley. Frank was there.
You weren't. Yeah,
No.
okay.
And then Frank and I, I wound up joining his show, and it wasn't maybe a couple months after I joined his show that it went live. So, I mean, you want to talk about perfect timing, because we were doing it from the studio, and we only did it from the studio for maybe a month, and then we went live. So we went right to the Trocadero, and we were there for 4 years.
And you guys were with Power, right?
Yeah, Power 99.
Yeah, because it was Jeff Wyatt. He's the one.
Jeff Wyatt was
really,
the
he gave
PD.
us our career. I mean, he broke that song.
Yeah,
it was him and Fred Buggs, and
Freddie Buggs,
JoJo Davis.
Yep. I just had JoJo on.
Yeah, we definitely got to catch up on that.
So
I was going to say, you missed a little chunk there. So from us getting started and going and playing these clubs, we settled in at the East Side Club. That became like a stomp for us.
Okay.
And, we developed our sound there and developed our image and developed, our, I guess, legend, since this is called Legends. But it all started at the East Side Club, thanks to Bobby's startup and, giving us a break. And so we could not keep a keyboard player for whatever reason. It was like, and I really was, we were going to the new music seminar a lot every year. It was like Mark.
New York City?
Yeah, Mark Josephson had, what the hell was it called? Rock Pool, I think. It was called Rock Pool. And we would go up there and bring our little 7 inches up there and try to get those guys to support us. And he started this thing called the New Music Seminar. He said, "Oh, you guys should come up." I remember the very first one we went to. I think Madonna was there. Like, she was walking around like we were,
Right.
So, after that, we got sort of indoctrinated into what was becoming like a new sound that was sort of spearheaded by Emergency Records. So it was like Shannon, Tina, C-Bank, like One More Shot, like that had this syncopated kind of Kraftwerky type of bottom.
Yep.
And we loved that stuff. So finally, I couldn't keep a keyboard player, and the ones we were getting were all into like Yes and friggin' Sticks and stuff like that. So I'm like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that, So I ended up going out and buying my own. I got an 808, which is actually on the back wall behind me, right?
Yeah.
There where my finger is.
I see it.
I think we were actually pioneers of EDM because it was electronic dance music.
Absolutely.
We were kind of on the forefront of the sound.
Definitely were.
And we had this sound that was still rocky. I was still, I guess it had a lot in common with like Psychedelic Furs and Susie and the Banshees and groups that were dark, dark English groups.
So right. Like
but
dark,
we had this
dark wave.
The thing that made us different was we had a percussionist, Kaya Pryor, who I played with years ago with a guy named Lieber Maddox, who used to be in the Jimmy Castor bunch.
Oh, wow.
So I go all the way back
to Troglodytes.
Troglodytes. I go back to an offshoot of the Jimmy Castor bunch.
Yeah.
And, when I invited him to come in to hear what we were doing, he brought this rhythm to it that was like giving us the whole Adam and the Ants and Bow Wow Wow kind of bottom, but we were darker on top than those groups. So we had this whole image that was going on. And then I started to push it towards doing the sequencer stuff. So the first thing that actually got a foothold was called Expiration. And that was real syncopated. Wasn't quite funky as Nighttime. Like by the time Nighttime came about, I think I had that equipment for maybe a year. So I experimented my way all the way to Nighttime. And then when we finally had Nighttime as just a sketch, the manager at that time that we ended up going with was a guy by the name of Roman Kozak, and he was at Billboard magazine. He used to write for Billboard.
Okay.
He loved us. He was writing like about us like we were a national act. So we were starting to get all this. He would say, red swirling dervish in a technicolor fog. It was like how he described Jade. So that's how the rest of the nation got a shot of who the hell we were, you know.
All right.
So Nighttime came out, and just as he was about ready to get us signed to Arista with that song, he had a massive heart attack.
Oh.
God. And we weren't really privy to his connections up there or anything. So the whole thing sort of fell apart for a minute. And we ended up going with the next guy that we had in our sights was a guy by the name of Bill Leib, who was a real big manager in the Philly market. He had a guy named Robert Hazard who would go on to have worldwide success with Cyndi Lauper on With Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Yep.
So, and then that's where Bill introduced us to Kay Williams Jr., who was in Breakwater. So Breakwater was a well-known Philly funk band, but they were on the level of Lakeside or Mandrill or one of those type of groups. You know, they were touring with Gino Vanelli at the time. So he came in and said, I love what you guys are doing, so let's just get it polished up a little bit. And then he was friends with Joe Loris, who was Impact Magazine, who also took a fucking heart attack and died just as we were
know.
ready to
I remember that.
It was like
I was friends with Joe and Kay.
They get involved with us, they have heart attacks.
Oh.
You know, but and he brought it to the attention of Jeff Wyatt. And, you know, so while he was doing that, we were playing at the rock clubs that were in the area. So the Empire Rock Room was a big spot out on
Ricky Blatstein.
Yeah, Ricky Blatstein on Roosevelt Boulevard.
Yep.
And
I worked at HB's.
At HB's, and that was part of the complex. So we were one day we were playing over there, and we had finally gotten our 12 inches, and I'm like, hey, Bob Pantana is playing next door. And I didn't know Bob Pantana from Box of Rocks,
right?
Honest, but
yeah, he did Saturday Night.
Yeah, we ended up becoming great friends, and he became my landlord for years.
Yeah,
but that night he was a guy that I had to crawl through a wall and do the limbo to get in to see him. And you know, remember how hard it was to get into that DJ booth?
Man, it was brutal.
God forbid if there was ever a fire, you'd never get out of that. But so we went in and met him, and we gave him Nighttime, and he just loved it. And like he gave us our first credibility.
Wow.
And then when we went to,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, Bobby was the first one. Bob.
Wow.
Played it.
Wow. I love Bobby.
He put it right on. As soon as he heard it, he just put it right on.
Now, I remember with Kay, he used to call me and ask me what were the hot songs. And I like, he was almost like a record rep would do, you know? But Kay would call me all the time. And he was phenomenal. I mean, you know, Breakwater, and then he did the BBQ band.
BBQ, yeah. Cashmere was him.
Cashmere, and you want to talk about underrated.
I think Brian Loren might be.
Yeah, that was Philly World. That was the Philly World days. But
yeah, he was totally underrated.
Oh, man. He was phenomenal. And he did a great job with Catch Me I'm Falling.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when you guys...
That's a whole nother story. I'll let Jade...
We'll get there, but when you guys write... Jade, you write most of the lyrics?
I do.
Okay.
And
so,
melodies.
Well, what's that process?
I think it's just, you know, about being inspired in the moment. I don't know. We were kind of in a transitional period at that time. We were moving more into the percussion and the syncopated rather than just guitar, bass, basic, you know, band that we were. So I think when Kay came into the picture, it even moved more into an R&B, in a more R&B direction. So we were kind of fusing all these different sounds. I think that we were very unique at the time because the sound we were making, a lot of people thought we were black, which is a great compliment. But we tried to fuse the urban, inner city with the percussive and then with the pop hooks and I mean, Nighttime actually was another song lyrically that I had rewritten a couple times
Okay.
until it became what it eventually became.
Right.
But when Kay came into the picture, it inspired, definitely inspired me in a different direction. And I love,
Yeah.
there was one thing that Kay always said that sticks with us today. He said, Jade, you do what you do. Like, in other words, don't be chasing what the trend and what everyone else is doing. Stick with what you know. Do what you do. As long as it's real, it's coming from your heart and your soul, you're doing it, people will get it. As long as you stay true to who you are.
Absolutely.
So that advice, I believe, has really rang true with us our whole career.
Yeah, and it was a unique sound because I loved how it was fused. I mean, it had that, especially Nighttime, had that little bit of a rocky edge.
Yeah.
And then that
funky bass line.
Oh yeah, the bass line.
Yeah, especially on the original, because that song's been redone.
Oh yeah.
Quite a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And just fast forward to 2024, it was actually we were given a Grammy nod. We didn't win a
That's
Grammy,
awesome.
but we got it.
Well, we were in consideration for nomination.
That's awesome.
So
I mean, it's well deserved.
It's one
there's a list of
great
songs,
song.
and
It
then
just took a
they
minute.
whittled
Yes.
down like 100 songs to 5. It was like we're in that 100 songs.
Yeah, I mean that song, and that kind of got stuck because of "Catch Me I'm Falling."
Because it got so big, you mean?
Yeah, because "Catch Me I'm Falling" blew up so big that it kind of pushed Nighttime back a little bit.
A lot of DJs tell me that Nighttime is their favorite song, like still
Well,
today.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, listen, I like "Catch Me I'm Falling."
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I like Nighttime better. I just did.
I mean, a lot of
I think it was.
do.
Yeah.
I can see why. Well, Nighttime is definitely more funky, more street.
Yep.
You know?
I played the hell out of both of them, but
Thank you.
But Nighttime was I think maybe because that was the first one too. So it's like you always love your first love.
Right.
So
I mean, Nighttime was like a love song, but it was more like a cruising through the clubs and that type of love song. I find it more to be an ode to going out every night to the clubs and loving dancing. And
well, who came? I was going to ask you who came up with that video theme, because I love the video.
Which one?
The Nighttime video.
No, there's
the very first, the first
one that was done in Philly.
Yeah, the one way back.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Way.
So before we get into that, I was going to say, so the thing interesting about Nighttime was, prior to Nighttime, we never had anybody micromanaging the lyrics.
Right.
So anything Jade came up with, I mean, we would tweak and get it to the point where we felt like we liked it, but we never had an outsider until Kay.
Right.
So we're at the studio, and Jade wrote a completely different song. Nighttime I have a version of it on a cassette with different lyrics about a relationship, about seeing somebody in a club and trying to get with them and, being captivated by them and all that. And he was like, Jade, I mean, I like it, but I'm not buying it. I want you to rewrite it. And she burst into tears.
Really?
But she took it off and she went back and came back with Nighttime.
Wow. Well,
yeah,
there you go.
You weren't having it. You weren't happy about it.
I think it's because we really never worked with a producer outside of our unit.
Right.
So then you got someone else coming in and telling you what to do. So it's a little hard to be critiqued, but I believe
absolutely.
Especially the first time.
In the long run, I believe it made us better songwriters to have someone with his expertise come in and say, well, look, I think if you do it this way, change this, do this. I don't think I burst into tears. I might have been upset or felt like I was being critiqued.
Yeah, you were definitely bugged.
You know, but
you didn't want to sing. You're like, fuck it, I want to sing the fucking song.
I don't remember saying that either, but
Jade looks like she's going to kill you, Whey.
yeah.
If she could come through that camera, forget about it.
But it was interesting to work with somebody on his professional level, and he had all this success. So I mean, he was a friend. We laughed a lot. So we laughed, we cried, we wrote great songs. We got we got the shit beaten out of us, but in the long run, I mean, look, it happened and people responded and connected to it. So there was definitely a method to his madness.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now, as far as that video, we used to always have people come up to us after a show and say, you know, they're so and so, and they can do this for you, or they can do that for you. One day, some kid came up. You know, it's either that or it was my cousin's girlfriend. I think she was at Rowan, but it was Rowan students, and we got hip. You know what it was? I think one of the teachers came out to see us and said that there was a program that they were going on and that they were offering kids a grade. And at that time, video was new. It was like relatively still a new thing. You know, it'd been really, MTV was only on the air for 4 years at that point.
Right.
So we were approached, and they wanted to use us as kind of like a guinea pig, I guess, for these kids to make videos. So they made 4 of them. And the one that was made for nighttime ended up being the one that we really got involved with. And she was good enough to let us have that same input Kay had in writing, you know, and forcing the lyrics to change. We had that same input in the visuals for this. And then there was a guy that we were friends with named Peter Del Bono, I think, who had a great apartment over in Rittenhouse Square. And he was like, hey, you guys can come, you know. And
he was like a Rod Stewart lookalike. I don't know. You might have seen him around Joe.
He's still around.
He had a Porsche. She kind of looked like Rod Stewart early days.
Okay.
Very well dressed. He loved us.
Yeah.
He loved us.
Wow.
And followed us for many years and gave us carte blanche to his beautiful apartment and his Porsche. And
that was a Porsche, yeah, right. The Porsche.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice to have friends in high places.
Absolutely.
And then our bass player at the time was going out with the, I guess she was a choreographer for A Current Affair, or what was the other show called?
Okay.
Yeah, Susie Miller, you're talking about? Susie?
Yeah, it wasn't A Current Affair. It was like Philly's version of it with Nancy Glass.
Yeah. I remember that.
What was that called?
Evening Edition or
something. It was. I think it was called Evening Edition.
Something like that.
I think it was. Yeah.
And so she choreographed the whole scene down on Penn's Landing with them coming down the steps, the dancing down the steps. And yeah, and it was all like, again, it was like, it didn't cost us a penny. It was just happening. You know, it's great.
Well, you know, when people see that talent, it's a big ship that everybody wants to jump on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens.
I think we had a very artsy clique of people that we used to hang out with. So, you know, we can make these costumes and we can create this lighting and this effect in a fog machine. And you know, it was kind of interesting how all these artistic minds came together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, even the cover of the record was just like, it was a black piece of paper with we punched a bunch of holes in it.
With her hair.
With a light behind it.
I remember your hair was like the only color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in black and white. The hair, I think the hair of the lips were red. And
and at that time, the artist had to make like a cutout, like almost like a color form of her hair, and then plop it on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this is the inside scoop now.
Yeah, you really get the inside.
There was a really cool lighting effect. Whey was saying they poked holes in this black cardboard paper. Then they put a light behind it, like a beam. I think it was called a beam projector light.
Yeah,
Okay.
That was made it light from behind. So when they added the fog, it looked like laser lights.
Right.
So
like-
we were
like
actually
stars,
looking like
you
we
know.
did laser beams
Wow.
before it was a big thing.
Does anybody have a printer running or anything?
No, they're mowing the
I
lawn
hear that
outside.
noise
I
there.
could-
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, what is that? It sounds like a printer.
I am so sorry. I'll come
No
run out
worries.
there right now, and I'll tell them to shut it off.
Yeah, I'm printing threesome shirts right now with our
I'm like, and you ever hear those printers? Remember the old school printers? That's what it sounds like.
I am
I'm like,
so sorry.
somebody
I
have
don't know
print?
what to do.
No worries about it. You can't do anything about that.
I guess they're mowing the lawn today in the condo
Yeah.
where I live.
Well,
You got
it is what it is.
Mary Elephant and yell, shut up.
So all the-
It should go away in a minute.
all the folks that are out there, it's not bad equipment. It's just somebody mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
So hang in there. I'll try to do whatever I can magically in editing. But
Okay.
No matter
may-
when it airs, it was filmed during the day.
It would have to happen at the time that we're interviewing.
that's
They
funny.
usually do it early in the morning. I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I think today is cooler, so they're out later
Beautiful weather.
because it's been
today.
brutal. Yeah, beautiful
It's
out
cooler,
today.
but is it way cooler?
Hey, that leads me to the next question. How did you come up with the name Whey Cooler? Being a guy called Too Cool, and then you got to go meet someone and they're way cooler. You're like, yo, man,
That's funny. And we're from the same town and we moved to Merchantville.
seriously, it's insane. We're like twins. How
You
did
are.
Whey Cooler come about?
Well, Jay gave me that name.
Jade gave you the name,
Mm-hmm.
and Tony Luke gave me Too Cool.
Ain't that crazy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like an expression people were saying, "Oh, it's way cooler," but we spelled it WHEY instead of
Right.
WAY.
Which became very popular later for protein.
Exactly, whey protein.
Did, right?
So yeah, way cooler.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
stuff.
awesome.
I'm a protein drink.
That's
Um,
awesome.
What I was going to say, too, was I guess I was saying it ad nauseum, right? That's a stupid term.
Way cooler.
Oh, no, that's way cooler than this. Or,
Yeah.
oh, we're way cooler than they are, And so that my
That's
first name
insane.
was supposed to be Venom.
Was it?
Yeah,
Venom, like poison.
yeah, like poison,
Pretty
pretty
cool.
poison.
Okay. Yeah. I get it.
Well, way cooler, definitely better. Way,
Yeah,
Wow.
way better.
it's stuck.
Well, I'm gonna let you go to where you want to go, Way, because if I bring something up, you go, well, you left the part out.
Oh, yeah, right. No, you can
So-
go.
Do you
Well,
think,
no, let's.
do you think, Jeff?
If you leave something out, I'll back it up. I promise.
Back
Well,
that
I
thing
want to
up.
talk about "Catch Me I'm Falling" because here's a song that reaches the top 10 in the Hot 100
Number 8.
and number 1,
Yes.
number 8, and then number 1 on the dance chart.
And
How many
number
people
13
out?
on the R&B chart?
The song was an anomaly. I mean, how many people that we know been doing this like you guys your whole lives, and they get a number 1 dance record? I mean, what kind of luck does that take?
Yeah, well,
Is it luck or is it hard work?
I think it's luck.
You tell me.
I think
I
it's
think it's-
both. I think it's a
No,
Yeah, I think it's
combination.
both. Yeah.
It's not going
I
to
mean, the
happen
luck-
without the work. Got to put the work in.
Yeah.
That
And the luck is
that
in
song
the
resonated.
story.
That song just
Yeah.
really resonated with so many people.
Yeah.
For some
But
reason.
the luck is in the story. So I came up with the track and gave it to Jade and said, I'm kind of hearing this. And she came back with Catch Me I'm Falling. And I was like, oh my God, I love it. But we can't really do it because our manager at the time was not a fan of the left turn we took. He really wanted us to be Scandal or
Right.
the Go-Go's or one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I wouldn't mind being that big either, but I'm just saying we were resisting that. We didn't want to do that. And So I could remember him saying, "I can't wait till this fucking record dies." About Nighttime. Can you imagine that's your manager saying that?
Well,
Can't wait till the record
he's
dies.
still waiting for it.
He's still waiting for it to die.
Yeah.
But
Still waiting for it to die. When is that damn record going to die?
Yeah, right. He says, "Oh, I just hate that you guys are traveling all over the country doing this record."
I just hate that you guys are so successful.
Yeah, I mean, that's
not playing
insane.
the cabarets
I
anymore.
think you
Yeah,
need
that's
to just
insane.
pound the pavement and suffer the rest of your lives.
I mean, every writer in the world dreams of writing a song like that. So unbelievable, Jade. The lyrics and the music, because the music is a hook as well. That dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
a lot of hooks.
it's
A lot of hooks.
Yes.
in
So
that
the
song.
Catch Me and how it's luck and magic and all that is
Yeah.
that. So I had the song as just a demo we recorded in the basement. We were working with Kurt Shore, who
Yep.
had at that
At
time
K-Gem. Yep.
recording. And he was a fan, and he was coming out. He was very interested in extending some spec time to us. He
Right.
thought that,
That's
we
that
should
ship.
get signed, and he could help make that happen. So we chose 4 songs. We had some meetings. We chose 4 songs and got started recording. And the recordings were going well enough, but the stuff was very poppy. It was like very, I guess the poppiest end of the music we were writing was what we were doing.
Right.
It had kind of like that little Scandal vibe to it, but it was not really us, even though we wrote the songs.
Right.
He said, "God, I wish we had one more song. Maybe we should write something together." And he starts playing, like he was a real big prog rock guy. So he starts playing some schmaltzy stuff. And I'm like, nah, I don't know about that. He said, "I do have another song that we wrote." And we were thinking, like Mickey Howard or somebody would do it. We were thinking about pitching it. And so I said, "See what you think." And I put the cassette in. And Catch Me starts playing. He's like, "Oh my God, this is a hit. This is it. This is the one." So it was that like cut and dry. I mean, it was like weird being at the right place at the right time and having the song. I don't know why I had that cassette in my pocket,
Wow.
But
truth be told, I worked very hard on the vocal delivery. I worked just about every day with just piano and voice to get it where it would be today.
Yeah.
I mean, I was delivering it a certain way, I guess, in the beginning, but then again, we're working with these professional people. We're letting people in, producers to help to mold it, and help to shape it in a way that they felt that it would have a mass appeal. And we never thought mass appeal to the degree that it's had. I mean, we thought, oh, well, maybe we'll have a local hit with it. It seems like people are responding and people are really loving it. Next thing you know, the song had a life of its own. It was thriving, and it was getting so much buzz by all these DJs and radio stations. It was like, it was a crossover. It was a real crossover hit that started in the club. It built the momentum. It crossed over to mix show, and then it actually got on the radio and top 40 radio.
Yeah.
We worked our asses off. By the time this is just a little bit, then you can backstory the getting signed. Once we were on that road, we had to go all over the world to promote this song.
Right.
And there was no stopping. There was no sleeping. It was work to get this record where it got.
Yep.
So it doesn't just happen miraculously.
Mm.
You got to put the work in.
Yep.
So I was going to say that keeping in the theme of the recording sessions we were doing as part of the spec, Catch Me, like Nighttime, had this different persona than what the world got to know. So it was a little schmaltzier. It had a lot more guitar on it. You know, a little stiffer production.
Right.
And we always felt that Kay Williams Jr. was the third member of the group. You know, like that was what made Nighttime work. And we felt not like fish out of water, but we needed his guidance to legitimize what our vision was of the song. And, you know, because, you know, it's like from doing It's Over Now, like it was street, you know, it was a streety vibe that was working in the clubs, not like if friggin' Barbra Streisand did a street record, you know. It's like, which was how this was developing. And I was really scared of it because I didn't feel like I liked it. You know, I was forcing myself to like it. So I managed to talk Kurt, who was a reasonable guy and became a good friend of ours and, you know, great talent, very talented guy, to allow us to treat a remix of Catch Me I'm Falling with Kay Williams helming it and the two of them working together. So what we had created from some of the vocal arrangements, like he did a lot of the vocal stacking and the arrangements of the backgrounds, and I guess he's responsible for the doot to doot to doot to doot, which I hated.
Really?
And I admit I was wrong. I hated that fucking thing.
Yep.
But you know, it sounded like friggin' New Shoes or something. But we're friends with those guys, and I love their record, but I didn't really want.
I think Whey was afraid of how commercial it actually sounded. This was our first. I feel our first really big commercial radio. It was scary. It was scary because it was us, but it was also next level. And it was done in such a professional way. And it was,
then
and it was profound.
To add insult to injury, Jade had a trip planned to go to England. And she goes to England the day that they mixed the song. And it was a 24-hour mix. And it wasn't like the world we're living in now where you can text somebody or WhatsApp them and all that.
Get the approval.
Yeah, like it was hard to, like, she really put the pressure on me. Like I was the final word on this thing. And if she didn't like it.
No,
it
I did. But I loved it.
But she did like it, thank God.
I loved it.
But it took 24 hours to mix that fucking record.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just like
there's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of.
There's a lot. It was like 96 tracks.
Wow.
That had to be.
Was that K-Gem?
Yeah, because you know you had two 24-track machines, and then they would do a whole like 24 tracks of just background vocals that had to be mixed back down. Like you still had to get it over to 48 tracks somehow.
Right.
And
that's insane.
You had to wait for the machines to sync and all that stuff. Everything took more time back then.
Yeah.
You know?
That's insane.
It really was. And then, you know, and then there was like a kind of a dynamic, and when people are getting tired and they're getting pissy, and, you know, Kay's trying to push in his vision. Then Kurt would push back, and, you know, then I would have to come in and say, no, it's got to be like this, you know, because I'm the artist. And it's like, I'm like, damn, Jade, I wish you were here.
Wow.
They all would bow to her.
You know what it was? You got an R&B guy. You got Kay, R&B guy. You got Kurt. He's a pop guy all the way.
Right.
Supertramp.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it would have never had, I believe that it would have never had the success that it had it not been for that formula, having all the pop sensibilities, but yet having that urban R&B, that big bottom. That's what sold that record, I believe.
Yeah.
And the fact that it crossed over to so many different audiences. I mean, we were very, very lucky to be in that situation. It was the perfect storm at that time.
And then a little bit more luck that we got was that there was a guy that was working with WCAU it was at the time. So that was where Glenn Colina.
Yeah.
And they were a CBS radio station. So CBS was corporate all the way. And to get a record on CBS, you had to go through like the Joe Isgro payola method. And, we weren't even signed. So we weren't going through that payola method. So it turned out that Joe's whole empire came crumbling down a mere month or so before we were ready to put Catch Me Out. And I'm not sure if it's exactly how this story goes, but CAU, through Glenn's guidance, I guess, wanted to embrace the local scene a little bit more, like MMR had been doing with the Street Beat and the Guerrilla Theater and the live shows that were always at the various clubs that were live on the air and all that. They had outreach to the community that CAU did not have. So CAU wanted it. And because all this activity that went down gave all of those stations black eyes because they got caught, with the pay to play shit.
Yep.
Which is now way prevalent again. But back then it was a no-no. And so they had a concert that was at the Trop. And they were looking at a group called Bricklin. And like the Bricklin car, they were related to that designer. And they were great group. I mean, the guys were like, they sent out like Cheap Trick or something. They had a real... I
think I seen them at the Empire Rock Room.
Yeah, they used to be the school boys, then they became Bricklin.
Yeah, they were
in fact, Ian Cross. He became a really well-known producer. Like he was the keyboard player in that band. I think he's worked with the Fugees, and he became part of the whole Rough House world. But we were invited to open up for them. But CAU they were sending reps out to see them, not us.
Right.
It just happened. They got there early and heard Catch Me I'm Falling.
Wow.
And literally, we were told that that song perfectly fit the vision of where they saw the station going.
Look, it's fate.
Timing.
That's what I'm saying.
The timing everything at that time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Because, we could just as easily not have played that night, and who knows? And then because, again, we didn't have a big machine behind us yet, Glenn's way to get it out there was to put it in a countdown every night. So that was part of a promotional strategy that was coming from... we had Valerie, Carger, and Charlene Thelman and from Richmond Brothers. They were like the local distributor.
Yeah.
That had the Robert Hazards and the Hooters and the Tommy Conwells. All
bring
those
a lot of memories back, bro.
Doing well. Yeah, so they managed to work this situation out. And they said, Glenn's going to put it in the countdown every night. So we had been playing some high school. So we had gotten a group of girls together, and we called them our call girls. And every night I would call the lead call girl, and she would call the other call girls, and they would hammer the friggin' request lines. So next thing you know, it's going from, we're number 10 tonight, then we're number 8, then we're number 7, then all of a sudden we're number 1.
Yeah.
Duking it out with LL Cool J. Was I Need Love, I think was out.
Okay.
Or it was always Rakim, LL.
Yep.
I think
Lisa.
Yep. Yeah, fucking all cried out.
Yeah, I think we knocked her out of number 1.
Yeah, Atlantic Star. Well, you remember the whole list of songs, Whey.
Yeah, I know, because we were every night, man. We were like listening to that thing religiously. And my mom would be so excited. And
it's like the Make It or Break It we used to do on Power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And then Power.
I think they did that for our record as well.
Mm-hmm.
They did. They did Make It or Break It. And that was Tony Q.
Yep.
And we didn't have a relationship with Tony Q.
Okay.
We were going off the strength of Jeff Wyatt, but Tony had a relationship with Valerie at Richmond Brothers. She managed to get him to give it a break because I don't think he was going to play it. He was resisting the record at first. And then all of a sudden he started playing it. And next thing you know, we ended up going number one.
I know we played it.
Power, like on their playlist.
Back then they used to give us, as mixers, they would give us playlists. And they would, you know, you have your A rotation, B rotation. You had a new current, what they called NC1. And that was an A rotation record.
Yeah.
Was Catch Me I'm Falling on Power.
On Power. It went to number one on Power. It went to number two on CAU. It went top 5 on DAS.
Yep.
And that was a whole nother story because Butterball would play your record if you gave him 300 of them at the end of every week. You have to give them what were called cleans, and then they would go sell them in the stores. So your record's selling, but it's not tabulating because they're cleans.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Nah, listen, I worked with Butter for over 8 years, but that's the biz, man.
Yeah, it was the biz. And then I would have friends. I'd go make friends with the different record stores, and I'd somehow convince them to let us put in displays in their windows and shit.
Sure.
Display at Santa Monica, display at Funkamart. We were always good friends with 3rd Street Jazz. They gave us a display.
Yeah. I mean, people don't realize back then it was a lot of legwork that you had to do to promote your record. I mean, today's world, you know, you need 5 billion streams to make, you know, $100.
I know.
It's insane. And I do not envy writers today. I don't.
Nah, I agree with you. I think it's, you know, it's just such a different world.
It is.
I mean, that was funny. Back when we put Catch Me Out, you would think we'd have a pretty picture of Jade on the cover. And I was like, I don't know. I guess it was when she was in California. No, I mean, England. I came up with the idea of making it look like a friggin' eye chart.
Oh, Joe.
Speaking of pictures of Jade, this was a picture that Jade gave me. It was in the 80s. My camera keeps following me.
No, I remember that.
You see, it's all autographed. Yeah, look at that hair.
Jesus.
Wait. So I consciously made it look like an eye chart. So when you would walk in a like tower and it was on the back wall, you could point out and see our record from the door.
That's insane.
It was ugly, but you could see it.
How did the movie thing with Hiding Out come about?
At that point, we had gotten signed on Virgin through,
right?
What was that DJ's name that brought Ira Starling?
Martin Keane.
Yeah, there was a record. There was a record
I was
in Philly.
Metro.
Yeah, and he was friendly with a girl from Virgin Records by the name of Ira Starling.
I know
her. We still talk to her to this day. She's a great girl.
She signed it.
She loved the record. She went to bat for us at Virgin. The record had already sold, I think it had sold, 50,000 copies independently.
Right.
And it made people take notice. Oh, this record's happening. It was already buzzing. It was happening in the clubs.
Yep.
We did sign an album deal with Virgin while the record was happening, and then it also got on the soundtrack to Hiding Out. And we were so fortunate with that because we got a movie trailer as a music video.
Yeah. Yes.
Part of it was shot at Rock and Roll High School in Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills High.
Beverly Hills High.
Right.
So there was a lot of luck involved in that whole situation and the timing to get on that soundtrack. But at the same time, we were trying to make our album at the same time as they had us flying around and doing promo for Catch Me. So it was a whirlwind at that time.
And the odd thing about that was that we were brought into a meeting and we were told, we met the two head guys at Virgin, Jordan Harris and Jeff Aroff. And they're like, congratulations, we're going to go to radio with your record. And we're like, well, we thought we were already at radio.
Yeah.
We had the top pop station and top urban station, you know, we're in number 1 and 2 position respectively. But they weren't planning on taking it to radio, apparently.
Huh.
So had it not been that they signed this compilation deal with Hiding Out, maybe the record's not as big as it ends up getting, because they weren't planning to go to radio with it. And we were like suspicious, like after that meeting, we're like, what the fuck is this about? Like, because our management said they could have gotten it signed to Capitol 1, 2, 3, and the Virgin deal was very difficult to get done because they didn't have inside counsel. So they had everything was like, you know, I tell you, you tell her, she tells a friend, and by the time it gets back to me, it's a whole nother story. You know, it's like that's how doing the contracts went, because you know, it had to go through a chain instead of it just being in house. With our management told us that they could have gotten a Capitol deal done. They had like a deal done in 2 hours.
There was a bidding war going on between Capitol and Virgin. And we went with Virgin because
we liked them. We were like always fans of their music.
We were their first American signing. And it was very, you know, very important for us to be in the lead off of their releases. And and being so successful on Virgin, you know, it was an international label. We definitely got a lot of attention for being Virgin, and then getting the number 1 spot on the dance chart was that was amazing.
Yeah, when they came into this country, they had a lot of money, so they created a team of free agents. So they went and handpicked who they wanted from all the other labels and offered them like double and triple their salaries to make the jump. Problem was that they didn't create a team. They created a room full of free agents. That don't always work, as we see with the friggin' Lakers, you know?
Yeah.
And
good analogy
was that after Catch Me, the R&B side of the label felt that any efforts that they put forth to promote us and break us would be, you know, rewarded to the pop department. And they felt that at that time, there still was like a growing crossover with the urban stations starting to impact more of the playlists on the pop stations, but it wasn't like it is today, you know? And so the R&B department felt that they were brought on to promote their artists to urban radio. They didn't want to promote a pop artist to urban radio because it would take a slot away from one of the artists signed for that purpose. So we suffered on subsequent releases where we didn't have the support of the R&B side.
Yep.
You know? And that was all because they were all free agents. If they were working as a team, they would know that the greater good was to make these records happen. Like Lisa Stansfields and I guess George Michaels to a lesser extent. Who's the other guy? I was just talking Rick Astley.
Yep.
You know, like those records, nobody knew those were white acts.
I know.
You know, until
and then Virgin had just signed Janet Jackson. And
and then after that, they started like really.
Paula Abdul.
So,
Well, Paula Abdul was coming up behind us, so she was like happening at R&B radio.
Two of our videos as well.
Okay.
We worked with her directly. But you know, our manager, like we ended up parting ways with Virgin because we had some creative differences, I guess you could say. From imaging and so forth. I mean, they saw into the future. They knew that the next round of stuff was going to be a lot more grungy and raw. They tried to image us that way. We resisted. We had our image already, and we were happy with it.
Right.
Well, we released 3 singles with them and an album.
Right.
And
by the time they dropped the album, they missed the boat on Catch Me. Basically, Catch Me was happening. As Jade alluded to before, they had us out promoting. We were doing more promoting than recording.
Right.
We would record when we could. And usually the producers would have the stuff all ready. and you lost creative input because it's like you didn't have the time to be involved.
Right.
It's like, just come sing your parts and get the hell out of here. Go back out and promote Catch Me. You know,
Yeah.
And we did spend months in LA producing half of the album, and then we came back to New York and spent another couple months working on the rest of it. So, I mean, it was hard between
and Catch Me, Pete.
traveling, doing promo, trying to get the album done. When's your album going to be done? Well, if you didn't send us out every day to go fly to a different city to do a promotion, then we could have had the album done. But it was a catch-22, and we had to do what was in the best interest of the record at the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it pushed it over that threshold, and we got this amazing, you know, iconic hit.
It is. It's
and this iconic label of one hit wonder we got.
Well, if we weren't really a one hit wonder, because we also did Nighttime. And then When I Look Into Your Eyes, I wanted to say something. Because of the fact that there was no social media back then, all the fandom was real.
Yeah.
Everybody went out to the show to see you perform. They went to the store to buy your record. The love and devotion was off the charts, and it was real. It was legit.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud to say that before there was social media, we had already had this media frenzy, live, in person, and connection with the fans, you know, for so many years. And then along comes social media, and of course that helps to every degree to keep it out there and to keep the fans connected. So I feel like for instance, Spotify, we've got over 13 million streams on the album and over 12 million streams on the actual single Catch Me. So, I mean, it's really helped keep the song out there, and it's been essentially a brand new record for the younger generation.
Yeah.
We just did a big show in LA on this past Saturday night, and the young fans that waited to get pictures and, you know, talk and, oh my God, you guys are great and I love your music. And it's just crazy how it's become so multi-generational.
Yeah, it's a rare. You guys got to be very proud of how many people, again, write songs or very big acts, and they can't get into the top 10 or have a number one on any chart, you know, let alone the dance chart. So you guys accomplished something that is extremely rare. So
we know that.
You know, that validates everything else.
It does, and the fact that the fans have just remained so loyal, and
absolutely,
and now their kids too. So it's it's a great feeling. You know, we love doing these shows that we're able to connect with the fans, because the fans are the ones that have really helped keep us on the map and keep the music going.
Now, you guys did miss one. I have a demo that you guys did that I still say, if that song was released, it's a smash.
Which one?
My Addiction.
Oh my God, Addiction.
That's
Love
a good
that
song. that was
you know, it's crazy.
Okay.
You know, it's crazy. By the time we were doing those songs, because that was like the post Catch Me stuff, the first.
Yeah, I have it. I have a full demo of it. I play it all the time.
No way.
Wow.
I'm about to put it on my Philly Legend podcast.
Oh.
You guys are never going to release it. I'm going to put it out. I'm going to play it on the. I listen. I don't get any money from it.
It's in that greatest hits package I put out way back when.
That's a smash. It's a smash.
I think that is, and the other one that you and I and Jade did together called Falling.
Over now.
Oh yeah. Well, it's over now. Fall in Love, though.
Really good. And Falling in Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Falling in Love.
We did, with the three of us did that together.
Those songs are great. They really are.
Yep.
And I feel like they're timeless too. Like they could come out and still.
Like I listened back, I found some of those cassettes and I was listening back to the stuff we were doing in that whole group.
Yeah.
Serious Love Thing. I don't know if you remember that, but we were working with Arno and Yvette, the two, the Y girls.
Yep.
But I had tears behind my eyes, bro. I was like,
wow.
Hard to control the emotion listening to this shit. One, feeling, just remembering fondly recording that stuff, but then feeling like violated. Like,
and I got one for you. How about Better Be Good to Me?
Great song.
Better Be Good to Me, yeah.
Yeah.
And the video.
I mean, there were so many great songs. And I remember, spending all that time in the basement way. In the, what did you call it?
Funk
Dungeon. Yeah, that's it. The Funk Dungeon, baby. Well, I love that. Falling in Love. It's over. It's over now. But my addiction, hands down.
Yeah, my addiction.
My addiction caught my ear. Bing. And I've said it to you a million times along the way. I was like, you got to put this song out. This is the song that's got to come out. This one right here.
No, it's funny. I mean, nowadays, I guess we could, right?
You could. I mean, why not? You wrote it.
There's a lot of great songs in that time period.
Yeah.
There was many contenders, for hits.
And the good news is that by the time we were recording those songs, DATs became a thing. So I do have them, in releasable condition.
But that song has the same combination of lyrically and musically. It has both hooks.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can relate to those lyrics or, my addiction. You're talking about the person as the addiction. It's a great all around with the music. It's a hit record.
I remember doing that in Kay's basement. He also had a basement studio.
Okay.
We did a demo. We did a demo there. Remember?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Between lines of coke, I remember very well.
Well, that's all you, boo. I don't do any of that. I never did any of that.
Yeah, they were the coke days.
Not my thing.
Ways like
I never really got that into it, but it was just like a thing to happen when we were with Kay.
That's how he got his inspiration. But that's always wanted to bring that up because I have the track, and I play that track and I listen back to it, and I remember playing it for my girlfriend about a month ago. I'm going, listen to this track. She's like, yeah. Well, she's going to say anything I play. She's like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, right.
We'll have to take another look. Like once in a while, we go back, we listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, now that you brought it to our attention, we'll definitely have to give it a listen.
Absolutely.
I like that whole time period, like that whole time frame where we wrote.
Had like a go-go feel to it.
Go-go vibe to it.
Yeah.
And
new
had
Jack, a little bit of a new Jack thing.
The Kay Williams influence there.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And that's
I think it will work today. I wouldn't screw with it that much.
Songwriting in the Catch Me I'm Fall. I mean, in the Pretty Poison song catalog.
Right.
Like that was where it really developed to its fullest. We're making really competitive music, but by that time we were poison in the industry for some reason. What happened was we had a bad breakup with Virgin, and I used to liken it to a puff ball. You know what that is? Yeah. Those big mold balls that grow on lawns. Picket spores go everywhere.
Yep.
Well, something happened and Virgin blew into a lot of spores, and all the spores went to all these other labels. So by the time that stuff was being circulated, they're like, oh my God, this was a platinum record, but I can't sign it because who it is.
I know.
Who is
listen? Exactly.
It's like, what did we do?
What we did was we had our own minds. We knew we had a vision of how we wanted to be portrayed and the imagery, the clothes, everything. They had
Sure.
they had a completely different idea, and we
So they call you difficult. Difficult.
yeah, they just
Right.
they thought we were difficult to deal with because we didn't agree with everything that they said. And we
Yeah.
were just, we were experienced musicians, we were songwriters, we were already on our own path. We had our own image. It was working perfectly.
Right.
But they had other ideas, and we kind of poo-pooed everything that they suggested. And
Right.
even though the music was great, and we all agreed on that, the
Right.
imagery was something that they wanted to take hold of, and we weren't having it. So,
Right.
what it is, it is what it is. But
Right.
we're still here. We're still doing our thing.
You're
So,
still touring.
yeah, we're still
Um,
making new music. We're still doing our thing. It was a great experience, so I chalk it up to that.
Yeah.
We had an amazing run with Virgin. I don't
Yep.
think anything bad about it. It's all good. Everything
Yeah.
worked out the way it was supposed to.
Well, people would give up their right arm and to have that
You had just
experience.
had a taste of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So you got a chance to see the big picture from the inside,
yes,
and
we did.
very few people get that opportunity.
I've actually been working on a
Very
book
true.
called Catch Me I'm Falling that's going to tell the story.
Really,
Yeah.
that's
Like-
awesome.
Sliding down a slimy pipe from the inside. After
So what do you
almost getting to the top of the fucker. I was getting ready to pull myself
That's
up.
funny.
Real slow.
What's going on
There's
today?
There's a saying: once a hit, always a threat.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah,
I believe that we do get a lot of respect from labels, from people in the industry. I think that there is a respect that we have hung in there this long and still doing what we do and doing it well.
yeah, absolutely. And you're still putting songs out,
Yep.
And we
so that's what I was.
I've got one charting right now.
Right.
Freedom.
Tell the folks out there what's going on now.
We have a song called Freedom. It was actually based on an earlier song that we had called Let Freedom Ring, if you remember
Yep.
that one.
I do.
It was reimagined and rewritten, and it has been doing amazing. It's actually top 5, top 10 all over the world right now
Wow.
in the clubs.
Yep.
And we've just had an amazing run with this record. It was like top 10 on Beatport, which is where all the international DJs go to download their music.
Right.
And just been having a fantastic run with it. They're responding to
Awesome.
it live. It's one of those songs
Wow.
we do in the set, and the whole place comes to life.
Wow. So where are you guys going next?
About it, Whey?
I was going to say that 6 hours. What? I'm sorry, I'm getting asked about recording somebody. 6 hours. Yeah, I mean, I think that interestingly, Freedom is out making noise right now, but I'm going to put a much bigger push on it as we move into the
Next
what is
year.
this?
For
Quest Centennial, whatever. Oh,
Oh,
250 years.
good idea.
That freedom can be relevant all through next year. And you're in this weird, highly politicized world. that
Yeah.
we're in. So it's hard to know which way to go with it. So we're just going to put it out there and let people make their own, what
Sure.
freedom means to them, essentially. And we're not flag waving. We're not gay flag waving. We're just waving.
Right.
It's freedom. And, whoever wants to make it theirs can make it theirs. And we're going to, I'm trying to craft a concept for a live show around it for next year.
And we've also been invited to play in Philadelphia next year on the 4th of July on the
Nice.
big show. So
Yeah.
it will be a nice kind of come back to Philly in a big
Yeah.
way. And then we could perform
That'll be awesome.
classic hits, new hits.
Yeah.
You know,
That's awesome.
We love our city, and you know, we've stayed connected to Philly. We don't play there as often as we do
Right.
LA or Miami or
Right.
even New York. We're in New York a lot.
Right.
But we love to come back to Philly in a big way and celebrate with freedom. What is it? What is it called? Tricentennial? What is the thing of?
I think it's the Sequestennial.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
There is a name for
weird
it.
name.
Yeah.
It's not like a roll off your tongue type of name.
Well, in any case, we've been really fortunate to be on these big freestyle shows.
Yeah.
They're multi-act shows. They play in, you know, large venues. Freestyle Explosion, Freestyle Festival. So it's really helped us keep in touch with the fans and be out there on big stages performing to large audiences. So I feel very fortunate and blessed.
Yeah.
I don't like to look, you know, look back that we lost out on anything, because we've gained so much.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And the song stays relevant. It's amazing how our music has stayed relevant all these years.
I know.
Yeah, we just licensed Catch Me to RuPaul's Drag Race, so that's going to be coming up for the season 18.
Plus, Cat's been in numerous
well, I was going to ask that.
Movies, television shows, most recently Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, which won some Emmys. I was out there at the Emmy Awards years ago. A lot of what other shows were we on?
We're on The Challenge, MTV. That's just running right now.
I'm trying to think of the more recent, but then there's been a bunch of other ones.
Yeah.
Big Sick was a popular movie. It was out.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. I remember hearing it on Breaking Bad.
In the car
Breaking
wash.
Bad.
Yeah.
It was iconic. It was so
The
cool.
Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones.
Don't Mess with Zohan.
And also on, what's that show, the crime show that it just got featured?
Will Trent.
Will Trent last year.
Okay.
We were in their season finale.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's continued to reinvent itself. And
it still has legs.
It's still got legs. We're working on a commercial.
Nice.
So hopefully that big one comes very soon.
Right.
But
that's awesome.
You know, my advice to people is don't ever give up. Because, you know, if you have something that the people like, obviously people love our music, you know, dreams do come true. Just keep working hard. I mean, we work every day. We work at our craft every day. We're still, you know, writing a lot of new songs. We're getting ready to do an album next year. Just, you know, basically live in the dream. We're very, very lucky.
Absolutely.
Very, very blessed.
Yeah.
But we never let people like pigeonhole us or stop us from doing our thing, you know? We got to put our thing down.
Absolutely.
And then I started a cancer foundation. I beat cancer. I had tonsil cancer in 2017. So I ended up luckily beating that. And I started a foundation that we're launching called Party to Life after one of our songs that we had written during that time and actually put out when I was sick. And what that's about is one of the things that I experienced was when you're going into radiation, especially with head and neck type cancers, they create a mask that goes over your face and then you get bolted to a table by that mask. And you can't even put a piece of paper between the mask and your skin. It's like so tight. And so it's claustrophobic. And prior to going in, he said, "Oh, what kind of music you like?" And I was like, "I don't know, play something from the '90s, I guess." Or you know, so they put on some Pandora station, and they're playing all this played out bullshit. It's like you have nowhere to escape to mentally, you know, blasted with radiation. So all you're hearing is the horrible sounds of the radiation machine,
right?
And you know, and Debbie Gibson or somebody. And we love Debbie. No offense to Debbie, but
Yeah.
We toured with Debbie. She's cool.
But you know, it was just like a light bulb moment for me. I was like, how can I give back? You know, that in a meaningful way. Music, you know, with music being my background, and that, like, crafting playlists that connect people to times in their lives that would be described as the playlist of your life, the soundtrack of your life. Songs that you have memories to, that you are moved by, you know, that can release endorphins and maybe could heal, you know, and that's what the idea is behind this. So
music is a very healing thing to begin with. So
no doubt,
watching what Whey went through, what a warrior. He worked every day up until maybe your last 2 weeks of your treatment.
Up until I made the mistake of telling my wife Patty that I fell asleep driving home. That's the end of it.
And that was it. But I mean, Whey was still in the studio every night doing sessions up until 2 weeks out of his last few treatments. But I find that in itself is what helped get you through it, because music being what it is healing. It is releasing endorphins. So it was a natural progression to want to make these playlists, to have people listen to their favorite music, to transport themselves to a better place while they're getting their treatment. I think that in itself would help to speed up the treatment and get you well faster.
Absolutely. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so we're going to be going for a round of funding on that. And more recently, I've been working with a company called Recovery Unplugged. What they do is they help people battle addictions. So when we battle the addictions through music, ironically.
Right.
And we have a Feel Good Friday that I'm in charge of in the New Jersey chapter. And we're going to be doing something called Sober Sessions a couple times a year, where we're going to have acts come in and perform and tell stories. And one of the people that started this in Fort Lauderdale, his name is Richie Supa, and he wrote a song called Amazing that Aerosmith had a huge hit with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know, so, and more recently, one of the folks that went through the program, his name is Adam David, and he just won The Voice in April.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's like real, you know, holds a lot of promise. I mean, they had a meeting with me, and we're actually going for the same piece of property. So I wanted to move to. And next thing you know, we had a couple meetings, and we had a lot of synergy. So now I'm working with them directly. And
that's awesome.
So they gave me the program to run. So it's my program.
Wow.
And I haven't actually announced it publicly yet, but I guess I'm announcing
now.
it here. Yeah, so that's called Recovery Unplugged, and that's located in Merchant.
If there's any links, you have to let me have them. I'll hook them to the video.
Definitely will.
Or to the podcast.
Yeah, and Party to Life is partytolife.org.
Okay.
And that's, I'll get you that link too.
Awesome.
I'd also like to mention an upcoming show, September 20th. It's Ladies Who Rock for a Cause, and we're part of that. This is linked to a charity for battered women, and it raises money to help women get out of abusive situations, and if they have kids or pets, it helps to raise money to get them to a safe place where they can stay, where they can eat and be taken care of until they get back on their feet. So we're really excited because we're bringing the band. We're actually bringing a live band to the show. It's going to be at the ACX1 building in Atlantic City. Saturday, September 20th, from noon till midnight. It's a festival all day. And we're going to be playing, of course, classic hits, all that. But we are also going to be playing some of our rock stuff with a band. So really fun for us
One of the
to
things you
put
may
a band back
remember,
together.
Wow,
one
that's
thing you may
awesome.
remember that when we were doing the
We were a band. We were a live band. It's a full circle moment.
Yeah, when we were doing My Addiction and that whole group of songs, and the fact that we ran into that weird resistance from the cast-offs of our former label, made me particularly disillusioned with trying to continue in the same path we're on. So, I've been a guitar player my whole life, and Jade is a great pop singer, but she's otherworldly rock singer.
I've been compared to like female Soundgarden, like that kind of.
Wow.
Yeah. Very.
And we never got a chance to really explore that world.
I share a birthday with Janis Joplin, so.
Wow. Well. I love her.
If I could share a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But it's exciting for us to be able to explore all of our favorite types of music. I mean, of course, we started more in the rock vein, so that's why I feel it's like a full circle moment.
Yeah,
it's rock, it's dance, it's funk, it's all of it. It's our sound.
Yeah,
we can basically do whatever we want. These are just great, well-crafted songs. We've actually got hundreds of singer-songwriter songs that we rehearse with Whey playing guitar and me singing. So,
wow!
I can't wait till the world hears this.
I gotta see if I get out to that.
Yeah, you definitely should come. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll send you the link so you can.
Yes, I definitely need the links.
And if it works out like we expect it will, or hoping it will, then we may actually be more of a live band next year going into, so that we can play, venues and get closer to the audiences. And
I think we're going to fuse the two worlds. We do a lot of live end tracks, so now we can fuse it together with more of a rock edge, like a live band. So
that's awesome. I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
A lot of great stuff.
I think it's a great idea.
A lot of stuff to look forward to.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything else?
Check me out on social media at Jade Starling, Instagram, Facebook. Check out our website, prettypoisonmusic.com. Check us out on Spotify, Pretty Poison, and on all your, wherever you're getting your music, wherever you're streaming your music, check out Pretty Poison, both all the classic and the new hits available. We're very excited. New music coming, old hits being remixed, live band coming. We're going to rock. So a lot to look forward to.
And I'll make sure that I have all the links, folks, in the description. So when this gets posted, you'll be able to just go there, click on the links, and support any of the charities they're talking about, or just go to their pages to where their songs are available. Great stuff.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you, Joe. It's so great to see you.
Yeah. Great seeing. It's been a minute.
It doesn't feel like that.
No. Well, that's the way friends have to be.
It feels like we just saw you and you're like family.
Yep.
My question is, when do we get a plaque? Don't we get a plaque for what's behind you? What is that?
That's Naughty by Nature.
Oh, okay. No.
Behind me.
Naughty by Nature plaque, Joe.
What's that?
When we get our Naughty by Nature plaque.
No, that's not what I know. I know you guys do.
What plaque?
I don't know. Whey, help me out here.
I'm trying to see.
Like a couple of years ago, you had an awards show kind of thing.
Legends of Vinyl?
That's it.
Okay, Legend. That's over there.
Wow, you're part of Legends of Vinyl?
I don't think we got one, but I think we were supposed to.
We haven't been on that. We haven't been asked.
Well, I don't know if they are. I'll find out. The person around here, the lead person, is Frank Sestito.
Oh, get out! Really?
Yep. Frankie who?
Ask him.
Okay, well, we want one to add to our wall of fame of our gold and platinum records and
You should have one.
awards. Yes, we would love that.
I mean, for around here?
Yes.
For around here, I mean,
Yes.
listen, I think I was the last one, that was 2017, the last one they did around here. So it took them forever to ask me. And,
He knows you could tell him that why we're legends of vinyl is because we put our own vinyl out.
Yes.
We weren't.
that's right.
And
Well,
we sold a lot of it.
I made
you guys-
Svengali records. Oh, that's another thing I'm doing. I'm resurrecting Svengali records.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna maybe my addiction ends up coming out.
I'm telling you what, I think even today, I still think it's a hit because it's so catchy.
And the funny thing is that sound is starting to have its resurgence too.
Yeah. I wouldn't change too much on it. I know everybody wants to take their stuff and make it up to date. I get it. I wouldn't change too much.
You know what? A good song and a good hook is forever.
I might wind up. I have those programs now where I can take a track and make it stems.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I can
the vocal off. Yeah.
Yep. I can remix it.
I think there's a lot of harmonies on that song as well.
And you know what Joe's going to say? I know just the beat for this. He's going to walk over to the wall. He's going to go pull this record out. It's perfect. Out of 100,000 records. He knows exactly where it is. I remember you did that shit so many times. I'm like, you know where it's at.
People used to say that to me all the time. They would come over and I would go, it kind of reminds me of this one. And I'd go, and they would go, well, how did you know to take that record out? It'd be racks and racks of records. But
because you know
just
where they
remember
all are. I know you do.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, it's just it's like osmosis.
Right?
It's just partying.
That's what it is, osmosis.
It really is. Hey guys, man, I appreciate the time.
This has been great.
And
great seeing you.
I know you guys. Great seeing you. I know you guys are busy, so I appreciate the time you guys took.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, great. Everybody enjoys it. And,
great seeing you, and much love.
Great
to
seeing you guys.
All the fans and the people out there watching. We love
Awesome.
you. Love you so much.
Yep.
And
Thanks to all the subscribers.
keep on keeping on, and definitely subscribe, and we'll see you.
They keep piling up, Jade.
Good. We love it.
It's going really
Check
well.
us out on all of our shows. Hope to see you
Yep.
at a show soon.
I've been seeing Joe doing some cooking. And
I love
talking
cooking.
about what's on the dish. I'm like, get in that kitchen and make me some brajoles, bro.
That's right, man. Yeah, I love it. I love cooking. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Absolutely.
Well, one of my favorite pastimes is eating. So if you cook, I'll eat.
So
Invite us over. We'll have a total a cookout.
That's hysterical.
A cook in.
Yep. Absolutely. Hey, thanks again, guys.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Love you, bro.
Yep. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Mwah.
All right.